All right, well, welcome back to Exhaust Sports Auto. My name is Kevin, and you are here to witness the 2021 Mazda CX-5 Sport. In other words, the base model. So why am I checking out the base model? Because, well, I have been doing a lot of ridiculous reviews as of recently. You know, it all started with that RS7 Audi that I reviewed here, and then it kind of proceeded on, got crazier, went to the CLS 63, Ferraris, Lambos, McLarens, you know, all this stuff that nobody's going to buy. Yeah, so I decided to do something that most people actually will buy, and that is a base model CX-5. And we're going to be talking about why you should be purchasing a vehicle like this shortly. But first of all, let's give a little shout out to Capital Mazda of Cary for allowing us to do this review in the first place. So I'm going to leave all of Will Rodden's information down in the description box. So now that we have that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about some more pressing matters. So I've actually already done basically a review on this vehicle already. It was a 2019 model year, but it was a base model CX-5. And I mainly wanted to see if this non-turbocharged motor is any good or not, and I determined that it was. Why is that? Well, it has a lot to do with the way that they have tuned this engine and transmission combination. This is, in fact, the 6-speed automatic, which I have praised, again, multiple times. But the way they've tuned this motor and transmission is it's built for kind of immediacy, essentially. So the throttle pedal is surprisingly on the touchy side. So, you know, for city driving, it's actually excellent. But for 2021, there are some changes that were made, mainly for the interior. It wasn't anything drastic. Obviously, the vehicle still looks the same as it did back in like 2017 or whatever it was when this vehicle got redesigned initially. So you still got the same classic looks going on with this vehicle. But most importantly, the reason why I tend to praise this vehicle is because it's a nice all-rounder package. All the vehicles in this class and above its class, right, they all have their strengths and their weaknesses, right? Well, Mazda is a great product, especially to get in at a base model, because you get a lot here. You know, many things were added for this, 2021 model, but it handles well, it rides well, it's quiet. It's actually one of the more quieter models in this class, easily by far. And there's a sense of solidity to this vehicle, both in the chassis, the demeanor of this car, as well as in the interior. Again, we'll touch on that later. But it is by far the vehicle with the highest sense of quality by far. I mean, it pulls off like this Euro vibe somehow. It's pretty crazy, but merging onto this highway here. Initially, it gets up to speed, no problems. The thing is, though, if you ever want to pass somebody at the highway speeds, that's the only time when you're actually going to notice the deficiency of this 186 horsepower, 187 pounds-feet of torque. Otherwise, in city driving, it's great. Once you're up to speed, it's totally fine. It'll maintain that speed, it'll cruise at that speed, not an issue at all. But the most important thing is this vehicle remains quiet even at these highway speeds, right? It's got double pane glass, which is almost unheard of for a vehicle like this. And that's what I'm saying. You get a lot here for $25,000. It hits above its weight class, and that's what I always appreciate and respected with these Mazda products. There's always a great sense of stability with these cars. And this is also the lightest weight model you're going to be getting because it's a base model front-wheel drive, right? This thing weighs about 3,550 pounds. If you want to get the all-wheel drive and basically any of these trims, you're going to be looking at, an extra 140 pounds is basically what you're going to be adding to the curb weight of these vehicles. Check out some more of that handling here. For what it is, for this size and weight, it sticks pretty well, right? I really enjoy driving this car, man. I mean, this is as close as you're going to be getting to Honda levels of handling, right? It's very impressive, and I really respect that. But unlike a Honda, it blends in that refinement aspect as well. That's what makes it such a phenomenal daily driver, especially for 25 grand, and that's the MSRP price before any discounts. Another thing, these vehicles lease out extremely well. It's another reason why it's just a great pragmatic choice for most families. It's got the 17-inch wheels, so it's actually one of the best riding iterations of the CX-5, right? Most importantly, these wheels don't look stupid on this vehicle. It actually looks pretty appropriate, right? this 4-cylinder, it's not rattly, it's smooth. That's another thing. That's really the only thing I care about with a 4-cylinder engine, basically. Yeah, I have just been extremely impressed with the way that this vehicle carries itself. It's got such a luxury demeanor for its price point, man. These wheels are really helping out with the refinement as well. As far as any cons with this vehicle, I mean, fortunately, if you do drive a lot on the highway, you have the turbo model, right? It will give you that extra thrust for being able to overtake people on the highway a little bit easier. So that option is available to you, but I'll be honest, for 95% of people, man, this is the one to go for, actually. This is the model I would go for. I don't personally think I need the turbo models. It's just a nice luxury to have. It'll kind of elevate this vehicle to the next level, of course, if you do have the turbo engine. But this 4-cylinder is extremely smooth, competent for city driving, and what I find to be incredible is the refinement. So I think a lot of people are going to be able to enjoy that, and I've been noticing these vehicles more so out on the road because I think people are beginning to understand what Mazda is about, what they're kind of going for. They are trying to go up market with these cars, and it shows with these vehicles, actually. So with that, I'll see you guys in the interior segment. All right, so now you join me inside this vehicle. So another huge reason for pursuing a base model is because Mazda actually added multiple features standard on this vehicle, like push button start, a plethora of safety features. So if you suck at driving, well, there you go. You got blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, and a slew of other safety features, all standard, basically. Lane keep assist, all this stuff. So backup camera, obviously that's standard. And most importantly, you got this 10.25-inch screen, the latest Mazda infotainment as standard now, even in this base model. So you get all these things, and that's got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, obviously, as standard. So you got that. And the overall solidity of the Mazda cabin continues. It just doesn't have like the crazy like woods or like the leather wrappings over a lot of the materials. But other than that, it's the same solid interior. You do get a standard leather wrapped steering wheel, which is excellent to grip onto. Again, I said this multiple times. It reminds me of a Audi steering wheel, basically. They do, however, continue to use this gloss black plastic over all these, areas like the gear shifter knob, the window switches, things like that. But that's really the only honest con I can find with this interior space, because other than that, there's a lot of other creature comforts here. They're excellent to have, like one-touch auto windows for all 4 windows. You even have automatic headlights, all like convenient features to have in a vehicle, of course. Really simple to use HVAC. You get a 6-speaker audio system in here, which sounds okay. It's not like, mind-blowing, but it gets a job done. For a basic audio system, it's pretty good, actually. So I'm not really even complaining about that. But obviously, the 10-speaker Bose is excellent, of course. So if you can stem up to a model that gets that, go ahead. But again, this base model is doing the job for most families. Nice 2 large cup holders in the middle here. Good place to store your phone. And the center armrest space is pretty decent as well, with 2 USBs. To connect to in there. Glove box is good. There's no sunroof in here, but that does add to the solidity of this chassis when there's not a big gaping hole through the roof of a car. That's pretty nice. These cloth seats are of nice quality. Okay, they're pretty soft, pretty supple, very supportive. I do appreciate that. I actually really like Mazda's cloth seating options. There's really no need to go for a leather option here, but the leather seats are great, but so are these cloths. So plenty of space back there in the rear seats, and I am 5'11", and it is very easy to get in and out of this vehicle. It's like the perfect size, basically, and the height. So I do like that as well. There is no HVAC vents for the base model in the rear seats, but this air, I'm sure, will get over there, no problem. You know what I'm saying? It'll travel back there. But anyway, trunk space is decent. Obviously, this is one of the smaller vehicles in the class compared to like a RAV4 or something like that. But honestly, I feel like this is plenty of space for most families. Should not really be an issue. You even have a spare tire back there as well, and of course you can fold down the seats 60/40, completely flat, gives you a lot more space. So as a whole, man, I think it's a pragmatic, high quality machine that you're getting here for $25,000 brand new, or lease it for like $200 something a month. Very obtainable car for most families, and you're getting all the pragmatic luxuries and features that most people would need in a car at a very decent price. And that's why I want to review this vehicle for you guys today. So hope you guys found value with this video. Thank you again for watching. Take care and goodbye.